Dan, thank you. That's a great question. Too many Sacramento County families and American families are still struggling. The middle class was hit hard by this recession, and people can talk about an economic recovery, but for a lot of those families, they're still living month to month, paycheck to paycheck, and the economy hasn't recovered. That's why, when we ran on this promise. I wasn't going to take any pay raises until we got Sacramento County working again. I've kept that promise, and here's some things that we've done. I got full funding for Folsom Dam. What that's done is that's the biggest federal project in the country right now. It's put hundreds of construction workers to work. It's going to help us with our drought. It also is going to help protect our community. My office has done dozens of small business workshops. Small businesses really are the backbone of creating jobs. We've shown those small business owners how they can actually access to capital through the Small Business Administration, how they can use census data to better plan their expansions of business. And then we've worked with major employers like Siemens, Aerojet Rocketdyne, Intel, VSP. Those are major manufacturers here, and in fact, we've worked closely with Siemens to get locomotive contracts, and they just got their biggest light rail contract. That's going to create hundreds of jobs. We still have a long ways to go because we were hit hard by this recession. Now, Congressman Ose, when he was a member of Congress, he voted for tax breaks for companies that ship jobs overseas. That's not going to help us recover. We've got to create those jobs right here and reward companies that build jobs in America.
Mr. Ose, what needs to happen to create jobs?
The question was about Congressman Bera's pledge to create jobs. Just last week, Congressman Bera spent federal dollars to advertise a small business workshop, the purpose of which was to meet with small business owners and educate them about tools that the federal government has and things that they can take advantage of. The problem was, it's such an important thing for him. This pledge means so much. He didn't show up for the workshop. I don't know how else. 90% of this job, Congressman, is showing up. And you didn't show up for your own workshop. You spent federal resources, brought all these small business owners in, and then you didn't show up to take their testimony or their input. And I don't understand that. Small business is the backbone of this economy. I'm a small business owner. I've been a small business owner since the day I got out of college. I know what it takes to create a job. I know what it means to sign the front of a paycheck. And it's not easy. Small business is not getting the assistance it needs from Congressman Bera in today's environment. And that needs to change. Now, you mentioned VSP. I know the folks over at VSP too. And just as an aside, the programs that you've been advocating for, like the Affordable Care Act, you may not be aware of this, but VSP just got a bill 2 weeks ago for $25 million, just a tax, because they provide health insurance to their employees.
Congressman Bera. We agree. We've got great jobs. We've got people working again. In Sacramento County, we've now created over 30,000 jobs, but the jobless rate and the unemployment rate is too high. It's still right around 7%. So too many families are struggling. It's important to my office, and it is core to our job to go out there and work with those small business owners. So we do workshops. We invite them in. My staff's direction is to be there to work on behalf of the people who live here, and I'm proud of that. That is core to our job.
Mr. Ose, you have an opportunity for one last rebuttal.
The fact of the matter is, Congressman Bera spent yours and my tax dollars organizing and advertising a small business workshop. 10, 12, 15 small business owners showed up, and he didn't. This is called a representative government for a reason. If you call small business owners in, you ought to give them the courtesy of going and listening to their testimony.